Hi guys, so I'm not long home from work and I've been working for the last 2 or 3 hours in torrential rain and thunder and lightning. It's been horrible, it's been miserable. And I've got home and the roads are dry. It looks like a beautiful day here, but this is not the weather that I've been having where I've been working. I've been working about 50 minutes away, something like that, but I've got a horrible feeling that the weather might be following me home. It looks a bit different in that direction than that direction. Anyway, it is what it is. So I've just got home. It's Monday, so this video is probably going out a couple of days after it's recorded. And if you've been following along, then you'll probably know that Monday was the day that I'm expecting the vet, and the vet is going to be here very shortly to have a look at this troublesome udder that we're having with one of my goats. Hello guys. They're always so happy to see me, so happy to get fed, should I say. I'm going to get them up in the milking stand. I'm actually going to trim their feet today as well while we're waiting for the vet. It's something I started a few days ago, but the clippers that I had were not working very well. So I found out the other set. We've got a really good set, but I couldn't find them the other day when I went to do their feet. But I found them now, I've got them in my pocket, so I will get them, or one of them, tethered up and start trimming her feet while we wait for the vet, and then we'll see where we go from there. What do you reckon, guys? Is it going to stay dry and warm? It looks lovely in that direction, doesn't it? Fingers crossed. Let's keep our fingers crossed. You've had a lovely day by the looks of it. Now don't get too excited. I'm not putting any food up just yet. Got a lot to do today. If I feed you now, you'll just be grumpy. By the time we get to milking, you'll be all grumpy. So we're going to save the food for in a minute. I've got the wrong goat. I want the other one first. I could actually milk you, couldn't I, quickly? That might be any second. Who knows what we're going to do? Let's quickly milk you. Vet's just arrived and on our way across. So the vet's been and gone, and it's just gone brilliantly. I'll fill you in a minute when the generator's off. Okay, so I'm hoping that's going to be the last vet visit of the season. I feel like any of the lingering issues that we had left over from kidding is, you know, they're all now dealt with, because this was the last one. And oh, there's a bit of a mess up here at the moment because we've been having a little bit of a battle, haven't we, girl? But look at this. That's 2 empty udders. I'm so happy, and she's quite happy for me to be up in there now and milking her. I milked her out on what has been her udder that's been full for like 2 weeks. Poor girl. But for her own good, you know, we left it full and we allowed her to, you know, not have that side milk so she could heal. She has healed. Now the vet came today, and what we were kind of expecting, what we were at least prepared for, I know pigs want feeding, I'm coming. What we were prepared for was to basically pierce that hole much like you would an ear piercing. There you go, girl, off you go. She's going to be so happy now. Hang on, no, you want to go that way, let me back up. Right, there we go. There we go. Go on then. Go on then. You can go underneath now. She's going to be so happy now. Oh, just look. Anyway, so what we were prepared for was effectively for the vet to use a needle and basically re-pierce the end of the teat. Now, I've been dreading that all day for her, because she's a big baby anyway when it comes to just regular injections, and I knew that it wasn't going to be very fun for any goat, but her particularly. Like I say, being a big baby, it would have been like the world was ending. So I'm just, the vet came, had a look, and basically was able to just pick the skin away with her fingers, and she didn't even notice. The goat didn't even notice. I felt there's a tiny part of me that feels a little bit foolish, because I probably could have done that myself, but at the same time I didn't know to do that, and I didn't know how to do that, and I didn't, you know, it wasn't even on my radar. So I don't feel, there's only a tiny weeny part of me that feels bad about it. Most of me just feels happy and relieved that that episode is all behind us, and now we can just go back to regular milking time with happy goats, healthy happy goats in every regard. There's no lingering issues now. That was the last issue left over from this year's kidding, which has been horrendous and traumatic. And as you know, we lost Fern and 2 of the kids. It's been a really, really hard season for kidding for our goats, but I feel like it's all behind us now, and everybody now is happy and healthy. Even Rhubarb. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. She's due to have her fleece cut in the next few days, so that'll be its own video. That'll be a lot of fun. It'll be my 3rd ever time, or my 3rd or my 2nd. I'm not sure if I've done it once or twice before. No, I think I've only done it once before. So it'll only be the 2nd time I've ever sheared a sheep. So that'll be a lot of fun, as I say. I'm going to pack everything up now and go feed the pigs. Give a little bit of food to Sid. Say hello to Sid. He likes a little bit of attention. Yeah, then call that a job done, a day done out here at least. I've got quite a lot that I've got going on inside the house. I want to make some more crackers because Torrin has polished off all of that massive amount of crackers I made the other week. They're all gone, and he's making sulking noises about how there aren't any more yet. So I want to do that. I've also got some cheese that I'm making, or that I started making last night. So I've got some curds that I need to get in a cheesecloth. So I've got plenty to get on with. I just feel so happy. That's a really good job done. So next up, we'll go and say hello to Sid. Hello, Sydney. You're very, very annoying, aren't you? Because every day I give him a little bucket with a tiny bit of feed in it. He gets ever so excited. And then every day he drags it just out of my reach, away from the fence. So every 3 or 4 days when he's built up a load of buckets back there, I've got to go in and get them. How are we doing, Sid? He's been such a well-behaved boy since we separated them. He's been calmer and yeah, just a joy. He was a joy anyway, but even more so. I haven't been able to keep any of today's milk. It would have been about 5 litres, but I've fed that back to the animals because that second udder, that udder that we haven't milked for a little while, there were a few tiny little clots in there, which is like the first signs of mastitis. Nothing at all to worry about, and you're going to be just fine, aren't you, girls? Yeah, you are. I'm just going to top up their hay, give them a little bit of extra hay for being so good. And then that'll be the last I see of you until tomorrow, girls. Just a little tiny slice, because they've got a little bit already. See you soon, Rhubarb. I was saying I wasn't sure if I've sheared the sheep once or twice. Well, I think I've sheared her once, but we've attempted it twice, if that makes any sense. We attempted it like with a pair of hand shears, and I think I got halfway around. And well, I went through 2 sets of hand shears actually just to get halfway round, and they both gave up on me. And then we got a set of electric clippers in, proper ones, to finish the job, and they're so much easier. So that's what we're doing this year, because where my father-in-law lives and works, there's a big estate there, and they keep sheep, so he can just borrow a really nice set of clippers that I can then use. So that's what we'll be doing. Let's go get the pigs fed, quickly check on the seedlings. Next stop be to check on the cheese. I'll also give everybody some of this spinach while we've got it. We should share it. It's a joy to walk past the garden at the moment. I know what you're thinking, I still haven't picked up those row covers. I haven't forgotten you. And do you know what? I'm going to do those row covers right now. Because I can feel you all. I can feel you all judging me. I think I realise now why I was putting it off. Because I knew once I pulled them out, I'd have to deal with the weeds. I now have to do that in my own head. I've got to just tidy this all up before I go in. So I just got an alert on my phone and I'd completely forgotten, or not forgotten, I'd misscheduled a podcast recording. Martin, who is an expert beer brewer, home beer brewer, he was scheduled to record a podcast with me and I had it for a different time. And he sent me a text message saying, I haven't received the link to the recording yet. So I had to immediately drop what I was doing. Look, goat milking stuff still hasn't been washed up. I had to drop the weeding and run inside and quickly record a podcast episode. It's fine because I was prepared for it. I was just prepared for it to be an hour later than it was. But anyway, look at this beautiful sky. God, isn't it lovely? So yeah, I'm coming back out to weed the rest of those potatoes. I'm quite happy about it as well. I'll carry on where I left off. I don't know about you guys, but once I start weeding, I find it very, very difficult to stop. I started off thinking I was just going to do that little row along the edge there, where the tunnel was covering the edge. You saw it was all full of grass and what have you. Thought I'll just do that, and then well, I've ended up weeding all the potatoes, the whole potato bed, and the other bit of potato bed and my onions. Can't help it. I really enjoy it. Once I get going, I don't even dread starting it. It's just a job I really enjoy. So that looks a bit better, doesn't it? All my potatoes are earthed up as well, and we've weeded right through here, all up and down my onions. I haven't quite got in around the mother bunch there. It's just too dense. It's just too much work. So I'm not too worried. It's not like the weeds are stifling the onions, is it? But we're mostly there, so I'm definitely done for weeding for now. There's a little row of weeds just through there, just grass. But generally, I think I'm pretty much on top of it. It's all looking really good. So I'll just go and quickly water my seedlings and then go in and separate my curds from my whey. That'll definitely be me calling it a day. It's 20 to 8. And I want to get in the bath and have a nice long soak. I'm just excited everywhere I go at the moment. Look at this! Look at my sweet corn! Shooting up! These courgettes, these all got bit by the frost. And thanks to advice from my friend Alan at Urban Homesteading UK, he advised me to take off the damaged leaves. You can see they're missing. Most of them are missing their first leaves. I've taken them off. But look, they've all come back brilliantly. Everything's just doing brilliantly. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. There's not quite enough hours in the day. I'd like to do a bit more planting out, like to do a little bit more weeding, like to do a little bit more sowing. You know, we've got a lot going on, but there's a lot more I'd like to do, but I can't do everything. But I think I've got a few hours off of work tomorrow, so I might be able to get a bit more done. But you know, every time I think, well, I've got a chunk of time, got a bit of extra time, then someone surprises me with something that needs doing. Don't you girls? They have absolutely murdered my tree guards. I've never built a tree guard for a goat before. The chicken wire is not good enough. I've got to put some stock fencing round. They're getting in at will. So I need to put some stock fencing round. It's a good job you're lovely, isn't it? Good job you're lovely. Yeah, so that's something I definitely need to do, and that's a good couple of hours work that's going to be. We're all feeling better now as well, aren't we? Hey, we're all happy now and comfortable and feeling good. Everyone's fed, everyone's happy. Sometimes it's just nice to sit here, you know, and just bask in their attention. Oh, still got to wash up the milking equipment. So yeah, we're a while away from the bed yet. A while away from the bed. In case you're wondering, I'm using the watering can because I forgot to turn the hose on before I came out. And because it's been quite cool and it's been very wet, you know, the moisture in the air has been quite high. There's not a lot that have, you know, got to the point where they're drying out and desperate for watering. So we're just doing the ones that are a bit dry. If any of you out there are experts at differentiating herb seedlings, then I'm sending you an SOS. Because as I've mentioned a few times, I've got these herbs down here and the labels have gone from all of them. So if you're able to identify them, please tell me what they are. And that's it. Now I am done outside. Just come in, washed up the milking stuff. And I just wanted to share with you, my wife's been making kombucha, as always. And this latest batch is very, very special. It's absolutely delicious, isn't it, love? And we're using, so what we do, we use half or part green tea and part fruit tea. That's where we get our fruit flavors, and then we just add actual sugar instead of using fruit juice. And these are the fruit teas that we're using at the moment, and they are just, oh, it's the nicest kombucha I've ever had. Would you agree, Jackie? It's just, oh, phenomenal. And I just wanted to share that with you. So if you use a similar recipe to me, get yourself some of those tea bags. They're from Lidl's, so they're not that expensive. When you think, how many tea bags do you put in a batch? So 8 fruit tea bags. So that box will make 2 batches. Is that right? So a batch makes about 5 wine bottles. So and how much were they?
£1.40 something.
So about £1.50. So they're a bit more expensive than the fruit teas that we normally buy, but still for £1.50 we'll make 2 batches. That's going to give us 10 wine bottles. 15 pence for a wine bottle full of kombucha. Bargain. Just grabbing my cheese now. So this is my cheese that we started this yesterday. Like I said before, it's a 3-day process cheese making. But what we've got at the moment are, basically this was milk. Now I've got curds and whey. Look. See how the curds come away from the side there. This is a good batch. It's all set really well. So all I'm going to do now is pop that in a cheesecloth. That'll be hanging up for 24 hours. And then that's it. We've got goat cheese. So that's going to wrap this video up. Thanks ever so much, guys, for watching. Please make sure you do all of the good things. Press that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Leave me a comment down below. Thanks for watching. Tell all your friends, all of them. And I will speak to you really soon. Cheers.